Hi there, my name's Andy Hillier and today's guitar lesson is going to be on Oh My Lovely by Daniel Lanois, from Red Dead Redemption 2. It's a great track. I've done a full playthrough, so if you want to hear what it sounds like, played all the way through, check that out. I'll leave a link in the description. Hopefully I'll put a card above as well. I'm going to teach you the whole song, but just before I do, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is Andy Hillier, give me a like on the video, leave me some comments in the comment section, including what songs I should do next. And if you love what I'm doing, you want to support me, support the channel, keep me doing it, and you want to print the tabs off for this, then I'll put them on my Patreon page. I'll leave a link to that in the description. My guitar is in standard tuning. A bit about the sound, I've got a clean amp, but I'm using a Wampler Tumnus for a little bit of gain. I've got a Fender Hammertone delay and a Fender Hammertone reverb as well. It's not exactly like the original track, but sort of similar idea. Okay, the first line goes like this. So to play that, we're going to play A2, then open D, into bar 2, and we're going to play the open E string and D2. So you've got starting on beat 4, so it's 1, 2, 3. And then another D2, open G, and then into bar 3 we're going to play E3 and the open B string at the same time. Then open G string on beat 4 and into bar 4, and we play the D string with G2. Then D4, open G, and then a C chord. A C chord is just your first finger on B1, second finger on D2, third finger A3, and play the middle 4 strings. Okay, so from the beginning up to there you get this. 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. And then you don't play the notes in the brackets, they're just held on. And then you're going to play A2 and D, which goes into the next line. Okay, so that's the first line. The second line goes... Okay, so to play that, open E and D2, then D2, open G, then E3 with B string, open G, then D with G2, then open D, open G, so the first 3 bars you got. Then into bar 10 we're going A3 and G, then B1, B3, and then bar 11 we're going to play A3, D2, B1 and E all at the same time, then E2, E3, and then into bar 12 we play E3 nearest to the your face and E3 nearest to the floor, with the open B and G strings. Then bar 13 we play A2 with B3 and G4 at the same time. Then bar 14 we've got A3 with B1 and open E. Then that last hit at the end is just open B and E strings. So the whole of that line goes 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 2, 3. to the next line, and we've got this. Okay, so for that we're starting off on bar 15. We've got A3 with B1 and E. Bar 16 we're playing E3 with the open B and G strings. And then open D with G2 and B3. So the first two bars go 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bar 17 you're going to play A3 with open G and B1. Then an open E string on beat 2 and, so you've got, then E3 with open G and B, and then open D with G2 and B3. Bar 19 we play A3 with open E, then B3 and open B, then got E3 in bar 20, then open D with G2 and B3. Then bar 21, you've got A3, then open B with, open G with B1. Then bar 22, we've got E3 nearest to your face with open G, B3 with the third finger and little finger on E3. And then you've got a D chord, which is the open D string, first finger on G2, second finger on B2, E2 nearest to the floor, and third finger B3. You've probably already played a D chord before, and then that holds on for longer than it's written. It's like a pause, and then you play A2, and then the D string at the end. So that line goes 2, 3, 4. Hold it on a bit longer, there we go. On to the next line, and we've got this. So for that, bar 24 we play D2, open E nearest to your face, open E nearest to the floor, then A2, so it goes. Then into bar 25 we play E3 with open G and D strings, then open D on beat 4, then G2 and B3, another open D, then A3 with G and B1. So the first 4 bars of that line go. Then you're holding them on into the next bar, then we've got A2, open D, and then D2 with the low E string. Another D2, then open G and B strings. Then straight after that, playing E3 for a bar, then D for a bar, then A3, and then open G with B1, and then open G with B3. So the whole of that line goes. 1, on to the next line, and we've got this. So to play out, we've got A3 with B1 and E, then E3, open B, and then we're going to do a B minor chord for this next bar. First finger A2, second finger B3, third finger D4, little finger on G4. So that's a B minor chord, and we're going to play the A2 and the B string at the same time. Oh, B3, sorry. And then D4, G2, B3, D4, G4 and B3. So bar 35 goes. Then bar 36 starts with, it's actually a C chord all the way through it. So first finger B1, second finger D2, third finger A3. And you start by playing the A3 and the E string. And then just start strumming the chord going. And you'll notice it strums all the way through that into the next bar. The second last hit of bar 17, you just take your fingers off and then put them back on. And then there's two more hits into the next bar, bar 38. So from bar 36, it goes like this. So hopefully that makes sense. On to the next line, and we've got this. So for that we've got E3 with open D, G and B strings. Then open D with G2 and B3. Then A3 and D2. D4, open G. So the first two bars go. Then bar 41 goes. Which is E3, 2 D strings, then G2, B3, then open B, into bar 42, we've got A3 with open G and B1, then open G, and then G with the E3 nearest to your face, open B, G2, then D, G2 and then E2. So bar 43 goes. Bar 44 we've got C chords, 2 of them, and then another A3 and a D2. So then E3 with open D, G and B strings, then D with G2 and B3. Holding it on into the next bar and then play A2 and D. So the whole line goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. On to the next line, or the second page if you printed it out from my Patreon page. Okay, it goes. So to play that, open E with D2, then another D2, open G, E3 with G and B strings, then open G, G2, and then D with G2 and B3, then A3 with open G, B1 and open E string nearest to the floor, low E string, then a G on beat 4, then E3 with B, then D with G2 and B3, and you're going to hit it 8 times, just downstrokes. And then a C chord, you're going to hit that 8 times. So the whole of that line goes 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. On to the last line, and all you're doing is doing a C, 8 hits on it, and then this G, which is just E3 with open D, open G, open B, and then a D chord, which is D with G2 and B3. So you play the C chord for 8 times, then the G chord 4 hits, and then the D 4 hits, and that just repeats around 4 times. Then you just hold on the last D chord. So I'll play it through twice through rather than 4 times through, and then just hold the last chord on. So it sounds like this. So obviously you play that around 4 times and just hold the last chord on, and that's the whole song. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed that little guitar lesson. If you have, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, it really does help me out, as does giving me a like. Helps the video hopefully get some more views. I'd love hearing from you, so please leave me some comments in the comment section. I do read every single comment. Let me know where in the world you're from, what you thought of the video, what you think of the song, and what you thought of my cover version. Hopefully you've checked that out. If you haven't, go and check out my cover version full playthrough. And if you love what I'm doing, you want to support me, support the channel, and you want to print the tabs off because there's quite a bit to get through, then I'll put it on my Patreon page. I'll leave a link to that in the description. Well, thanks for watching this. I do appreciate it. I've been Andy Hillier, and I'll see you next time.